Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka The Weather Gamer, bringing you week 1 of SBT. Your Chicago Corviknights taking on Payco and his Gastrodons. His logo is too small, I can't read his team name. Un momento while I fix this. I was gonna use the dock, but their dock's a little... Charleston Gastrodons, that's who it is. Payco and the Charleston Gastrodons. The team we're rocking out with: Hydreigon, Tapu Bulu, Hawlucha, Vaporeon, Megamane, Runerigus, Ribombee, Mr. Rhyme, Heatran, Weezing, and Archeops. My opponent's got a pretty scary team, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, of Zapdos, Megamedi, Incineroar, Manaphy, Vileplume, Excadrill, T-Tar, Ariados, Lopunny, Togekiss, and Clefairy. So, as far as the 6 I think my opponent's bringing versus me, defensive Zapdos makes a lot of sense. Outside of Archeops, I don't have a good way of dealing with defensive Zapdos. It can tank hits pretty easily. Megamane, it resists the electric hit. Well, the electric hits are neutral. It doesn't care about anything Hawlucha throws off, anything Boo throws off, Hydreigon throws off. Except like Stone Edge from Bulu, Stone Edge from Hawlucha. Archeops is the only thing that OHKOs it. Defensive Zapdos just really doesn't care about what I do to it, so I really think defensive Zapdos is coming. I think Megamedi comes. Megamedi just has such a good game versus me. Runerigus is about the only thing that can tank a hit, maybe 2 reliably, outside of Weezing, but the problem with Weezing is then Headbutt gets me. Luckily, with Megamedi not having a Dark-type move, Rune can take a hit and get Wandering Spirit off, but it's still not a good situation if Runerigus gets worn down. So Megamedi is a huge offensive threat that I think should come versus me. I think probably a Spadef Incineroar would make a lot of sense to try and check Hydreigon. There's nothing Hydreigon really can do to, say, like an AV or a very specially defensive Incineroar, so it'd be a good way to keep Hydreigon in check. It does have to worry about a Fairy-type move being a neutral hit from Tapu Bulu. Hawlucha doesn't appreciate the Intimidate, but also can potentially hit the Incineroar really hard. Vape can hit it, but again, if it's Spadef, it's a bit of a problem. Spadef is a good way to check Megamane as well. So Incineroar, another really special, like Incineroar Zapdos is going to be very hard to break and not get beat down by Megamedi in my attempt to beat those 2 down. So then we have T-Tar. I really think T-Tar comes. I think Sand is going to come, even though I have Bulu sitting in front of me, or in front of my opponent. Sand just has a very good matchup versus me, outside of Vaporeon. Really, that's the only thing that sits in the way of Sand for being able to do a lot of damage versus me. So I really think... I think how this game is potentially going to go is it's going to be early game pivoting between Zap, Incineroar, Megamedi to try and wear me down both defensively and offensively. And then once the biggest threats to Drill are gone, then Sand's going to come in and Sandrill's going to try and sweep me on the backside. It's either that or Sandrill's going to come out, clean me up to begin with, and then Megamedi will come in and finish me off without having to have any defensive mons hit the field. So that's the threat I'm juggling right now. And then I think the Ariados makes sense as like a lead for Sash Sticky Webs. I think Sash Sticky Webs would make a ton of sense because it slows me down for the Medi and it slows me down for the Sandrill, like negating Choice Scarfs and all that. So I think Ariados is probably mon number 6. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. Well, actually, I'm not going to is I'm going to slide it over here so I can get it situated here. So I can reference the mons as I go through them. So, un momento here. Alright, sorry, I had to get that situated before I started recording. First up, I'm bringing Choice Specs Hydreigon. Why Choice Specs? Hydreigon's very awkward this game. It really truly is awkward. It is a very awkward mon to try and deal with. I didn't necessarily think it was my best bet, but I didn't have a better solution. You know, maybe Archeops solely for Zapdos, but that'd be about it. U-turn to pivot. Speed stat, I'm creeped 303. Should be the Excadrill. Yes, Excadrill outside of sand. So I'll always be faster than Drill outside of sand. 80 bulk for some HP, and then 252 special attack. Fire Blast will kill Vileplume. It'll kill Excadrill. It'll kill Ariados unless it's sashed. Dark Pulse will OHKO Mega Medi. Mach Punch is going to hurt, but I won't die to it. But Dark Pulse will OHKO Mega Medi. It's going to two-shot Zap. Incineroar doesn't care. Focus Blast should two-shot unless it's Assault Vest, and then it's not. Then I have issues. Manaphy, I just Dark Pulse and try to flinch down so I don't let that thing Tail Glow. Vileplume, Fire Blast, Drill, Fire Blast. T-Tar, Focus Blast, unless it's Chople, will die, even with the Sand special defense boost. Specs Focus Blast, if it hits, should kill T-Tar. Fire Blast Ariados. Lopunny will die to a Focus Blast if it hits. Togekiss has to fear Flash Cannon until my opponent realizes I don't have Flash Cannon. I'm basically Fire Blasting that thing. Slash U-turning to pivot. I don't necessarily think Clefairy's coming. If it does, then I just U-turn, pivot into Hawlucha or Bulu or something that can beat Clefairy. Scarf Togekiss is also a problem for me. That thing could potentially come and be a problem. But up next we have Adrenaline Orb. Bulu, this is for Incineroar trying to check in with Stone Edge, Hornleech, Play Rough, and Bulk Up. Adamant 252, 220 speed, so 241 speed stat puts me faster than Incineroar. And then once I get the boost, I'll be at 361 speed, so I'll be faster than my opponent's entire team after a boost. Bulk Up. So the plan is if Incineroar is the direct check to this, like if Vileplume doesn't come, then Incineroar or Zap are going to be the two checks to this thing probably. Unless Sand's up, then it'll be Drill. The Bulk Up gives me a defense boost, and then plus the attack boost. As Incineroar switches in, drops my attack, so I'll be at +1 defense, neutral attack, and the Adrenaline Orb, if it's Intimidate, will kick in, and I'll go to +1 speed. And then from there, I can take out Incineroar, be faster than his entire team, can speed Bulk Up if need be. And if I get to +1, I should OHKO Zapdos. Hornleech is going to do a lot to Drill and T-Tar. Play Rough is going to do a lot to Incineroar and to Medicham. I don't die to a Bullet Punch. It does a lot, but I don't die to it, especially if I get a Bulk Up off. So I will die to a Poison Jab, even through a Bulk Up. So I have to hit the Play Rough and get my speed boost. So I don't know. It's tech. We'll see if the tech works out, but it's mainly just to try and stop Incineroar and get Incineroar out of the game as fast as possible, because as soon as Incineroar is gone, Hydreigon has a better chance of breaking, Mega Man can break, and Hawlucha doesn't have to worry about getting intimidated. So I would really, really like to get rid of that Incineroar as early as possible. I do have Hawlucha here, and I'm actually going to change it from Grassy Seed. I'm going to give it White Herb, even though it could potentially get triggered by the Incineroar. I'm going to give it White Herb, and then Acro over Brave Bird. Acro over Brave Bird. And I'm actually going to recalc that, because I started thinking about that from when I built the team to now. I'm going to recalc and see if that's right. You know, you guys seeing the Mons probably makes a lot more sense than seeing the Draft League slide layout, so sorry about that. Totally screwed that one up. But, yeah, so Acrobatics White Herb is actually just as good as Brave Bird, and I won't lose my HP from Acro, so I'm going to switch that. The White Herb, I'll either trigger the Unburden when I CC something, or I'll trigger the Unburden when I get intimidated, potentially, allowing me to Swords Dance for free. I think that's just better than Grassy Seed. The biggest issue, so CC, Acro, Stone Edge, and Swords Dance, the biggest freaking issue is the stupid Zapdos. Even at +2, a defensive Zapdos is only going to take 61 to 76% from Stone Edge, so I can't kill the damn thing without Chip. I'm going to have to get that thing weakened, and then Hawlucha can kill it at +2 with Stone Edge. So Zapdos is a big, like I said, it's a big defensive problem for me. Unless I get to like +4 and then I hit the Stone Edge, then it'll just keel over. But CC, Acro, Stone Edge. Stone Edge at +2, like I said, is doing about 60 to 70% to Zapdos. Unboosted Acro, or Unswords Danced Acrobatics will OHKO Mega Medi. Incineroar is not going to appreciate a +1 Stone Edge or a +1 CC. Manaphy, I need to get like 2+4 in order to start beating Manaphy down. I really would like Manaphy not to come. Like, don't bring full hyper offense versus me plus your 2 defensive mons. Just let Manaphy sit at home. I've got a Bulu, I've got a Mega Main. Don't bring Manaphy. I just don't want to deal with it. But Drill, Vileplume dies to Acro, even if it's defensive. Drill will die to CC. T-Tar will die to CC, unless it's Chople. Ariados will die to Acro. Lopunny CC. Togekiss, Stone Edge, and Clefairy. I really don't see Clefairy coming. Again, cut to tomorrow when Clefairy comes and beats me. Leftovers, it's standard vape. It's defensive standard vape. It's in order to try and take on Excadrill. This is my designated drill check. Scald Burns be with me. But vape is my defensive check to Excadrill. I need to get a Scald Burn. Toxic is nice to get that chip on Zapdos. This thing kind of checks Mega Medi, but not really. It's also going to be forced to check into Incineroar, which is why I need to have the Wish Protect lefties to try and recover as much as I can. Because I need to keep Vaporeon from getting chipped down extremely hard. Mega Main, Overheat, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Toxic. Speed stat wise, I am faster than Lopunny. Max Special Attack, Modest Nature, 120 Bulk. My OHKO or 2KO with this. As long as Sand is not up and it's not Scarf Drill, Overheat will OHKO Drill. So even if he tries to switch Drill in, I'll Overheat it. Overheat is nice for the Vileplume. It's nice for Ariados. Thunderbolt will 2-shot Zap. The problem is Zapdos just roosts until I run out of T-Bolts. Or switches into Drill to get a free T-Bolt. Volt Switch to Pivot. Toxic. Toxic is there for just, you know, Mega Medi's not going to appreciate a hit, but Toxicing it. And Clefairy, maybe, if it's there. Why am I Toxic? Because Vileplume checks. No, Vileplume gets overheated. Manaphy's not checking it. It's Zapdos. It's so I can get a Toxic off on Zapdos. Because if I put Zapdos on a timer, then I can either chip it for Hawlucha, or I can get it to where it can't roost on me. So that's where the Toxic for a main cam, and, you know, just Toxicing Spadef and Incineroar as well. So then we have Max Defense Runerigus with leftovers as well. This is my Mega Medi check. Try and give Wandering Spirit to give huge power off of me. Ideally, I get a Body Press up right away. Or not a Body Press, an Iron Defense up right away. Because as soon as I get an ID up, like Zapdos is forced to Hidden Power Ice me. Which, yes, Hidden Power is legal. But besides that and Manaphy, those are the only two things, and I guess Vileplume. Manaphy, Vileplume, and Hidden Power Ice off of something are the only things that really stand in my way. Will-O-Wisp, if I burn Drill, if I burn T-Tar, if I burn Mega Medi, they're all pretty much useless. I can't, unfortunately, burn Incineroar, which could switch in. However, Iron Defense Body Press is still going to do decent damage. Stealth Rocks, again, for Chip, to try and force the Zapdos to get chipped enough where Hawlucha can beat it down. So, yeah, this is the Medi check. If Vape goes down, this is unfortunately also the check to Drill. And if I get to +2 Iron Defense, I will kill T-Tar with Body Press. Unless it's Chople, I will kill T-Tar with Body Press. So, we'll see how it goes. I do not like my matchup, but we'll see if we can shake the first weak curse of Gen 8. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the battle.